We've gotten one offer and
Well, we got 4 offers, but we're not.
we
taking
got
it.
one real offer and they ended up ghosting their realtor when it came time to put the earnest money down. And the other offers were from investors who who lowballed us like 200 grand.
Yeah, they're finding that living in Texas, it's not that much fun. Yeah. The reason for that, there's a lot better places to live in this country than Texas. Yeah.
Did you know certain people are now banned from buying property in Texas? Let's dive in. Starting back on September 1st, Texas has a brand new law called SB 17, and this is huge in real estate. Here's the deal. It restricts companies and people from certain countries like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. They are now excluded from buying property here in Texas.
Hey everyone, I've been following what's happening in the Texas housing market, and wow, things are getting really interesting. Prosper, just north of Dallas, is loaded with homes for sale. I'm talking a ton of listings, many of them priced over $800,000. But buyers aren't exactly rushing in. If you hop on Zillow right now, you'll see what I mean. Prosper used to be one of those dream suburbs, great schools, new homes, lots of growth. But reality is setting in. Homeowners who bought a few years ago for around $600,000 are now sitting on houses valued closer to $1 million. Sounds amazing, right? Not when the property taxes and special assessments like PIDs and MUDs catch up. Monthly costs have jumped way higher than a lot of people planned for. Combine that with today's interest rates, and buyers just aren't paying those top-shelf prices anymore. And this isn't just market data. Real people are feeling it. Take April and Lance, a couple in Texas who decided to sell everything, list their home, and start fresh. They were on the market for 2 months. They got 4 offers, 3 were investors lowballing them by nearly $200,000, and the one serious buyer vanished before putting down earnest money. Now, after selling nearly all of their belongings, they've moved back in and are waiting out the winter. Maybe they'll try again in the spring if interest rates cool off. Their story is a perfect snapshot of how unpredictable selling can be right now.
Hey guys, it's April and Lance here. The truth is, we have listed the house. It has sat on the market for 2 months. We have gotten very little, traction? We've gotten one offer and
Well, we got 4 offers, but we're not.
we
taking
got
it.
one real offer and they ended up ghosting their realtor when it came time to put the earnest money down. And the other offers were from investors who who lowballed us like 200 grand. So anyways, it's just not a good time in our area to sell. I don't know what the market is where you guys are, but for us, it is horrible, and we are not going to just give our house away. So
we're in it.
we're in it. After we have sold everything that we own and gotten rid of everything, we have decided to move back in temporarily, maybe temporarily. We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We'll be here through the winter.
Yes.
For sure.
Maybe reevaluate in the spring. Maybe when interest rates come down, we'll have some better luck. We don't really know. But for now, we're back in the house and rebuying some things.
And not rebuying some things.
Yeah.
Because we don't need all the things we had. So we found out.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's our story right now, and we're sticking to it.
And just as the market cools, Texas added a new twist. As of September 1st, a law called SB 17 bans certain foreign buyers from countries like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea from purchasing most Texas property. We're not just talking farmland. This covers houses, commercial real estate, even mineral rights. There are exceptions for U.S. citizens, green card holders, or legal residents buying a primary home, but the penalties, they're serious. Violators could be fined up to 50% of the property's market value, and realtors who knowingly help could face $250,000 fines or even criminal charges.
Certain people are now banned from buying property in Texas. Let's dive in. Starting back on September 1st, Texas has a brand new law called SB 17, and this is huge in real estate. Here's the deal. It restricts companies and people from certain countries like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. They are now excluded from buying property here in Texas. And I'm not just talking farmland, I'm talking houses, I'm talking commercial property, even water and mineral rights. Now, are there some exceptions? Absolutely. U.S. citizens, green card holders, and people who are here legally to obtain their primary residence. But if you don't meet that criteria, the Attorney General can now step in. And the penalties are steep, up to 50% of the property's market value or state jail felony. Bottom line, SB 17 changes who can and can't buy property in Texas. If you're buying, selling, or investing, you need to know the rules or it could cost you big. And realtors and brokers, don't think you're out of the water here. If you are knowingly and willingly helping them, you are also facing penalties. Fines can be the greater of $250,000 or the market value of the property. The Attorney General can also bring a civil suit against you as an individual or your brokerage as an entity. And scary, you could also be looking at state jail felonies as well, up to 2 years and up to $10,000 in penalties. So realtors, you're not just risking your commission, you're risking a civil lawsuit, you're risking criminal charges, and you're risking losing your license if TREC deems it misconduct. Okay, so that's SB 17. What do you think? Smart protection or government overreach? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
So yesterday I had to inform my clients that, hey, we're still priced too high. We have not had any showings in almost 3 weeks. They started out the price higher than I wanted them to. I told them that's fine if that's where you want to list, but be prepared. The market's not demanding this price and you're going to have to make a change. So we did. About 10 days in, we made a change. And it's still sitting. Nobody's looking at it. There's no inquiries. So I prepared some reports, sent over some spreadsheets, and just gave them some black and white data. Hey, look, here's what's going on. Here's what the market's doing. And here's where we are as far as pricing is concerned. So their response back to me is that they want to pull the listing for a month or so and then put it back on the market. And I told them that that's fine, but if they're not going to change the price from where we're sitting, then nothing is still going to happen.
Why is everybody selling their homes in Prosper right now? Because it's a lot of houses. Like a lot, like this many. And this is what I pulled up on Zillow today on the 30th of July. It is a lot of homes. And as you can see, they all range between mainly $800,000 plus. And if we haven't had the privilege of meeting before, hello, my name's Lacey Brucci. I'm a real estate agent in Dallas, Texas. I sell between 40 and 45 homes per year. And I am always on the hunt for good deals for my clients and understanding the real estate market around Dallas and its surrounding suburbs. And I'm a little surprised by this because Prosper has an amazing school system. And in Texas, that's usually what shows value here. That determines the value of your house, is how good the school system is. So I think that there are several factors here. The first one is that the property taxes here are high because they have PIDs or MUDs inside of Prosper. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get hit with some of those taxes. And that's expensive. Most of these homes were bought pre-pandemic, so when they purchased them, the average sales price there was in the $600,000 range. Average price point now is a little closer to $1 million, so that is a big jump. And more importantly, it's a big jump on your property taxes. Prosper is also located a little north. There you go. Now you can see a little bit better. And there's not a whole lot to do in Prosper. If you want to go out, be entertained, go to a restaurant, go to a fun bar, you are going to end up going to Frisco. Frisco has much more of the nightlife scene, the bars and restaurants, and is a lot more developed commercially. So to sum this all up, I think the reason that we have so many homes for sale in Prosper is, one, the property taxes are expensive, and now they've caught up to people who are now averaging $1 million home assessment in the state of Texas over in Prosper. It's located about 15 to 20 minutes away from an entertainment district. And quite frankly, I think a lot of people are cashing in on the equity that they made if they purchased during the pandemic or right before. If you like stuff like this, make sure you like and follow me so that way I don't get lost in your algorithm. And if you want me to answer any real estate questions around North Texas, I'm always happy to.
Did you know?
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on in Texas? I'll tell you what's going on in Texas. I've been telling you for 2 years what's going on in Texas. And yeah, it's facing a huge market correction because there is over 125,000 homes for sale in Texas right now. Inventory is absolutely soaring. And you know the people that were pouring into Texas? Yeah, they're not doing that anymore. Yeah, they're finding that living in Texas, it's not that much fun. Yeah. The reason for that? There's a lot better places to live in this country than Texas. Yeah. And it doesn't take people really long to figure that out. So what exactly is going on? Inventory is soaring and now prices are falling all throughout Texas. Austin, Texas, down. San Antonio, Texas, down. Dallas, Texas, down. Houston, Texas, down big time. Yeah, Texas is in big trouble. Texas real estate, what's it going to be like this year, next year, and the next year? Down, down, and down.
If you guys live in Texas and you own a home, you guys need to check y'all's property tax info on the website, like where you're able to see what your home's appraised for, or basically like the square footage, what they go based off for property taxes. So long story short, my husband and I bought our house that we're currently in the end of 2023. So in 2024, our house got appraised at $402,000. I never looked into it. I don't know why I didn't. I feel like it was way over appraisal, but whatever. Anyways, my cousin's a realtor and she looked up like what my house was appraised for this year, 2025. And she went to the Tarrant County website. Well, it turns out that my house, they had it listed that my house is 3,113 square footage. And that is incorrect. My house is 2,688 square footage. So it's way off. And for the past few years, I have been getting charged for the past 2 years, I've been getting charged on the square footage that's not correct. Anyways, I didn't try to stress so much about it. I was like, whatever, we already paid the taxes for it, it's whatever. But I called today and I was like, hey, like, you guys have my square footage incorrect. And I mean, my property taxes are so expensive. Like my mortgage went up like $100 because I had a shortage. So for last year, so I called today and I'm like, yo, like you guys have it incorrect. And I'm like, and they're like, just send us the documents that has your accurate square footage. I'm like, okay. I'm like, can you guys get that fixed for the year of 2025 so that in 2026, you know, I don't have to pay taxes for a square footage that's not mine. Like that's a big jump. 2688 to 3,113 is huge. So they're like, well, since it's the end of the year, we don't know if it's gonna go into effect, probably for the new year. I'm like, so you're just gonna charge me the taxes for a house square footage that's not even like accurate? And I'm like, am I gonna get reimbursed at least? And they're like, well, you would have to talk to a manager about that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you serious right now? So I would strongly advise, if you have a new build home, go into your property tax website and make sure they have the square footage correct. And I only say new build because, I mean, I feel like the builders sometimes don't do the correct square footage or don't get it appraised correctly. I don't know. I don't even know what they went based off of, which is very frustrating. Anyways, I ended up contacting my lender and they got me the correct square footage. And now they're telling me that my house is 2,800 something square feet. And I'm like, what? And I contacted my builder And they're like, no, your house is 2,600 square foot. And I'm like, oh my God, no one, I'm getting different numbers from everywhere. I'm just gonna use the appraisal that my lender has. I mean, at least it's a little bit under 3,113, but it's still very frustrating that Tarrant County does this. Like, you know, even there, I know I'm not gonna get reimbursed for taxes of 2024. 2024 taxes for the year was 7,400, which is crazy. So I hope it goes down because now my house is appraised less and the square footage will be accurate, but still check.
So think about it. High prices, high property taxes, high interest rates, and now new restrictions on who can even buy. It's a perfect storm. Some homeowners are cashing out while they can. Others, like April and Lance, are realizing it might be smarter to stay put and wait out. What do you think? Is SB 17 smart protection or government overreach in a market that's already cooling? Would you sell if you owned in Prosper or hold tight? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're watching the Texas housing market like I am, hit that like button and subscribe so we can keep tracking how this plays out.